Yay! Okay, so this is going to be a 6-week class, and it's going to be from beginning to end, everything that you want to know about your Mary Kay business. I will be posting all the information that I'm talking about. Obviously, the ladies that are going to be here for class today, they're going to get a copy, but I will post all the information on our Facebook page so that you will have it. So we're actually going to kind of record a little early today, so we don't have the rowdy crowd, but my marvelous team has to leave early, so we're going to record it for everyone to be able to see. Okay, so let's get down to business because there's so much and I want to get this done in an hour, 1 hour. Okay, so the first thing, week 1, the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is attitude, go-give spirit, the golden rule. What I love the most about Mary Kay is it's all about the golden rule. Do unto others as they do to you. Treat others the way you want them to treat you. Act like there's a big old sign that says, you know, make me feel wonderful today. That's what I love about it. So I'm just going to kind of go over the 7 keys of having an amazing, amazing attitude. Because, you know, it's really funny. You could be the smartest person in the world and know everything. But if you have the wrong attitude, you won't accomplish anything. You know, Larice, my sidekick, you guys know, love her, been with her for so long. We always talk about when I started this business, I knew nothing. I didn't even know anything about cosmetics. But I loved it so much. I was so passionate about mentoring and training. And I just loved when I walked into training, how it made me feel. And so, although I was tired, I was able to keep going, keep going. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about are the 7 keys to a positive attitude. So number 1, the most important thing is you have to decide in advance what your attitude's going to be. Like, you get to decide. And I know that sounds strange, but when you roll out of bed, you get to decide, is it going to be an amazing day or not? Take a test. Have you ever been like, oh, it's Monday, it's going to be horrible. And then guess what? It's Monday and it's horrible. But if you're like, I don't care, it's Monday, it's going to be wonderful, then that's what's going to happen. But it's really up to you. You have to make the decision to bring happiness and to bring it into your life. It really, really controls everything else. Now, I'm not saying that there's not things going on, but, you know, in the morning, I want to know, what are you doing? Like, are you listening to the news? Oh, that's like the worst thing ever. Like, there's everything on the news is about this and that, and it's no happiness. Instead, why don't you put on some praise music or listen to someone that motivates you, or motivational music. I just love it. Sandrea, she cracks me up. I have been a couple places with her. We are jamming in the morning. But we're deciding to have an amazing day. It really is your choice of what you do. Okay, number 2, I want you to visualize success. Visualize it. So everybody, close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to think about, what does success look for you? What does it look like? And it's different for all of us. Success doesn't just mean an abundance of cash, although I always say that having cash gives you choices. But visualize success. Success may mean being able to spend more time with your children. Success may mean, oh, sorry, hold on, I'm turning off my phone. Oh, because it'll be ringing forever. I'm trying to turn off my phone. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, it would be nice if I remembered to do that. There. Okay, we're muted. Okay, all right, so visualize success. Success for you could just be new friends. Success for you can be completing your first skincare class by yourself. Yay! Success could be selling a lipstick. For some of us, I have some consultants that are so super duper shy. Success means that they spoke to someone today without them speaking to them. But I want you to visualize it. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And of course, you're going to break it up into little bite sizes and then, large things. Like, of course, success would be Gloria Mayfield Banks looking at my checking account. Bam, $90,000. What do you guys think? That's success. Yeah. But you work your way up to that, and we love that. Okay, then I love it. Number 3, be whatever it takes kind of person. Whatever it takes to get the job done. Now, I want most of you, I laugh when I have my millennial consultants here because you haven't had a job yet, but most of us have had a job. And I want you to think about it. When your boss asked you to finish a project and you stayed up all night, or let's say you're in college and you're cramming for an exam. You're like, I'm going to make this happen. No matter what's going to happen, I'm going to make it happen. You know what's so funny? I find that we have women that begin, and men, they begin Mary Kay, but they don't want to work for themselves like that. Like, they don't say to themselves, I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to accomplish that goal. Whatever it takes. You have to think of it that way. You know what? I can figure it out. I can figure it out. Some of you know these days I can figure it out. It's all about technology for me. I'm learning something new because my son is so on me. I'm like, how do I do a podcast? He goes, Mom, it's an app. But for me, it's scary. It is. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take whatever it takes to get it done. And I have to tell you guys, I had an amazing aha moment. I was at a director's meeting, and I'm at a director meeting with the fabulous Leah Carter and Brittany, and I'm thinking they have all this technology and they're doing all these things, and I'm thinking, I don't think I can do all this. How am I going to do it? And I'm just like, this technology is driving me crazy. And I'll never forget, Leah Carter looked me right in the face, and she said, Antoinette, get up in the morning and spend some time figuring it out. I was in shock. I'm like, she's telling me? Like, I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning when I used to work at JCPenney's to get everything done. But I thought to myself, she's right. I didn't get up 30 minutes early so that I could just spend time on technology, so that I could move forward in my business. So think about that. What are you lacking that you just need to maybe stay up a little later or get up early? I will tell you, I have realized at my age, it's get up early. Stay up later, you're going to sleep. Am I right, guys? Yeah. Okay, so whatever it takes. Number 4, resist negative tendencies. Oh, just resist it. Guys, it's so easy today because we are surrounded by negativity. We're surrounded by thinking, because of the way we think of our politics, that one's right and one's wrong, that we agree with this or we don't agree with that. You know what? Just stay away with it. Just don't watch it. Don't talk to anyone. It is the devil. Negative thoughts, negative things, gossiping is awful. And I have to tell you, there are times that I hear people gossip and I just ignore them. Because if they're gossiping to me, they're gossiping about me. And so just stay away from it. Your life will be so much better if you can. And you know what? It is hard. And sometimes I say, you might have to get some new friends because, misery loves misery. So that's why I stay in my pink bubble, because I love being around positive women. Yeah, love it. Embrace change. I just talked about that. Embrace change. Yes, I have to tell you that technology is just like driving me crazy, which I don't even know why. It really just takes me relaxing, thinking about it, and moving on. And it's funny because all of these, we have so many people to congratulate. And I used to think, oh, how am I ever going to put a flyer together? That's so hard. Now I'm like, zoop, zoop, zoop. I got up in the morning and I could put flyers together. So it really is just a matter of me embracing change. It is awkward. It doesn't feel good all the time. But just be like, you know what? I know I can do this. You know, I met an amazing consultant that I'm not even going to tell you her name because I didn't ask her. But we were doing a party, and she just touched my heart because she talked about at the age of 52, 53, she decided to go to nursing school. Nursing school. I'm thinking I'm crying over technology that I could Google. And in her 50s, she went to nursing school and became a nurse. Know why? Because she embraced change and what's different and what's new. And so I encourage all of you to do that. The beauty of Mary Kay is you are in a pink bubble. So if you ever feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, this seems really hard, just ask the question. That's what we're here for. You know, Demetrius and myself, we're here to just mentor, train you. There is not one question that you could ever ask me that I'm going to be like, that is the stupidest question, because I probably asked it. We just want to help you. And there's probably a different way that you can kind of do everything that'll make it easy. Number 6. This is my favorite. It is humor, energy, and enthusiasm. You guys know, I think I was born to have energy. You know, we all have something. And God gave me energy. But I laugh at myself all the time. I got to tell you the truth. So does everyone else. Laugh at me all the time. You know, because I don't say words right. I don't do things right. You know, isn't it refreshing that in Mary Kay, you can really be yourself and we laugh at each other and we move on. But that is the key. You know, sometimes with everything going on, you know, you guys know my son has narcolepsy, and my husband and I, we look at each other and we're just like, we can only laugh. We can only laugh. And then you know what? We've taught him to laugh. And that is what makes our life so much more enriched and have so much more to it. So definitely learn to laugh. I always say this to everyone. This is not a cure for cancer. This is Mary Kay. It's cosmetics. There is nothing that you can do that you can't use eye makeup remover to get it off. So don't worry. Don't worry about it. Do you know how many times I've had parties that I forgot my trays? I mean, to use paper plates. And I was just like, oh, well, ha, ha, ha. Or I would forget mascara, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm like, there's something wrong. You see, it's really, it's cosmetics. It's nothing that's going to hurt. And then number 7, and if you're taking notes, write a big 7. I am going to send this to you. But number 7, lots of smiley faces. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Sometimes we all want more. You know, I remember when I started Mary Kay, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get that red jacket. Like, I got to have that red jacket. Then I was in my red jacket, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to be a team leader. And then I was like, I got to be a director. You know what? But every step that I went through was important. Every place that you're at is important. You know, for some of you, you may say, hey, you know what? I love my red jacket. This is where I want to be. Be grateful in your red jacket. Just don't tell me you want to be a director. But be grateful for what you have. You know what? We have so much more than so many others. So much more. And the beauty of Mary Kay, I love this. My Mary Lou, who you guys know is my senior, whom I love very much, she always says to me, you never have to worry about wanting anything. Because guess what? You could pick up that starter kit and you can get out there and sell something and do something. And I do want to give a shout out to one of my fabulous consultants, Anita, who she just coached one of her consultants exactly on this. You know, she says, girl, you get out there and you make some money. That's what you can do. And that consultant went out there and she like doubled what she thought she could do just because Anita said you can do it. So be grateful. Just be grateful. So I love that. So attitude is everything. It really is. So now, let's talk about a little bit about affirmations. Affirmations, because how does it get me there? What gets me there is waking up and saying positive affirmations. So, those of you that know me know that I have stuff written everywhere. So, on my mirror in my bathroom, I have my positive affirmations. I have written, I can do hard things these days because I have a lot that I want to accomplish by seminar. So I had to write it in a big marker on my mirror. When I go to the bathroom, bam, my poor husband. I have positive affirmations. I have all my mentors. I cut things out and paste it different places. For those of you that are still working a full-time job, do you know my password was an affirmation? Like, think about it. What is your password? It was actually the date I was going to quit. It was awesome. But whatever it is that you want to talk about. Now, I'm going to post some affirmations for you that you can read, but you can Google them. Honestly, Sabrina Goodwin Monday, National Sabrina Goodwin Monday, years ago, let me borrow her affirmations. And that's what I read every single day to myself, is her affirmations that she allowed me to borrow. You know what? With technology, you can record your affirmations, and before you go to bed, just listen to them. You know, who are you going to be? What is it going to be? So I'm just going to share a couple of them, and it's awesome because it's really funny, some of them. This one, I am a master booker. So if you're working on getting parties booked and keeping them to hold, you're going to talk about, I'm a master booker. Now, if you say, oh, I have a hard time with parties, what happens? The universe brings you what you speak of. But if you say, I'm a master booker, I'm the best at booking, everybody books with me, I have so many parties that I have to get my friends to help me, then guess what's going to happen? Like, it's awesome. The other part that I love is I love color cosmetics. I love them. I know exactly where they go. I know exactly what to do at my second appointment. It took me forever to get there. I had to go and listen and practice because we didn't have videos then, and practice and practice and practice. But I had to say to myself that I love it. You may want to wake up and say, I am the best mother ever. The best mother, I am the best sister, I am the best wife. It's positive affirmations of where you're going to be, who you're going to be. I am going to have that brand new car. Now, I'm going to tell you what's not an affirmation. I am going to get out of debt. No! If I could put it like big X. No, no, no. Because the word debt is negative. It's not positive. It's negative. So instead, you twist that to say, I make an abundance of money and I'm able to do whatever I need to do with my money. Do you see what I mean? Like positive, not negative. And it is hard. I mean, it's hard to take it out of. Trust me, my husband reminds me all the time when I'm eating chips. And I'm like, what are we doing eating chips? We're going to get fat. That's not positive. I'm like, oh, I'm so skinny. We love it. We love it. Okay, so I am going to send you a form. So here's your first homework. I'm going to give you this form, and I'd love for you to take this form. And I want you to fill it out. Thank you. And I want you to fill it out and get it back to your director. This is your first piece of homework. And we're going to help you with it. But I promise you, it's going to make a huge difference. Huge, huge difference. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about Mary Kay image. Because it's a big deal. What we wear, what we do, how we act. It really is. Mary Kay Ash, when she came up with this company, it was amazing, every little detail that she thought about. And again, I am telling you things that I challenged. You know, when I first started this business, you guys know, I was an executive at JCPenney's. I was a corporate woman, and we wore pantsuits and, you know, all of these things. And so when I went to my first meeting, at that time, everyone had to wear a skirt. Now, I will tell you, a lot of the directors still ask you to only wear a dress or a skirt. And there's a reason for that, because sometimes people don't understand how to, wear pants and still look professional. But here's the thing. In the beginning, I was like, oh, what is the big deal? I'm wearing what I want to wear. But you know what? Quickly, I fell out of place because everyone was business. Everyone looked sharp. Everyone, was in the place. And it's important because when you have guests or when you're having a party, you want them to know who's the consultant, who is the red jacket, who is the director. It's important that you do that. So I'm going to go over a couple of things, and it's always fun. So let's talk about grooming. And I like to start from the top and work my way down to the bottom. So let's talk about our hair. Now, I'm going to tell you, Gloria Mayfield Banks, she always says this. If no one has complimented you on your hair in the last 2 weeks, then you may want to cut it, dye it, or buy some more. That's how you do it. And so in this day and age, it's easy to buy some hair, y'all. Whatever works for you, but you want to have your hair looking good. And when I say that, you could have a cute little ponytail and your hair looks good. But it's important to do that. It's important because people are looking at you. I love that. We have a consultant. She has red hair because she's in a red jacket. You guys know Sandrea. I mean, everybody loves it. They're like, you look amazing. And guess how many names that she's received? How many new customers because of her hair? It is great. Okay, number 2, your face. We do sell cosmetics. We sell cosmetics. Yay! Okay, so most of you know me. I really don't wear a lot of makeup. I mean, I learned how to put it on with Mary Kay. But cleansing your face, put a little bit of CC cream or some kind of light foundation on. Maybe it's a little bit of mascara with it. I have super duper sensitive skin, and so it bothers me to wear lipstick. It really does. But for a majority of you, a little bit of lip gloss, a little bit of lipstick, it goes a long way. I'm not saying that you have to be this color queen. I'm just saying you have to be you. But it is important that you have a nice, clean face. And you guys all know what is happening today. It's the natural look. It's all about, it's one extreme to the other. It is natural and glamour. There's like no middle. And so, long as you have a nice, natural look and a clean look, then that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Okay. So now I'm supposed to talk about nails. You guys know nails is all about me. I've always wore colored nails, even though it wasn't even in style, because I know I wouldn't take care of my nails if I didn't wear nails. I remember someone saying, aren't you scared, like wearing nails all the time? I'm like, your nails are dead. There's nothing gonna happen at all. So I have never not had nails since, let's see, 30-something years. They're just fine. But I'm not telling you to go out and put nails on. I'm just saying to get a manicure. Because when you're meeting someone, when you're shaking their hand, it's the first thing that they see, right? I mean, you're handing them a pen, a piece of paper, anything. So just, have them manicured, wear, maybe a clear polish or something like that. But you do want to make sure that your hands are looking good. Okay, clothing. Let's talk about it. We love clothing. In Mary Kay, it's simple. It's easy. This is so easy, guys. We tell everybody when they come to their unit meetings that they can wear the same thing every single week. Because I don't know if you've noticed it, but I wear the same thing every week. So don't go out there and buy all these clothes or anything like that. You know what? Get something that you feel great, that you feel confident in. And typically I say to everyone, get a black skirt and get a cute top. Because as you transition in Mary Kay, The uniform changes, but it's typically a black dress or a black skirt that you transition to. But just get that and wear the same thing all the time. When you have 3 on your team, you'll be in your red jacket. And you wear a white shirt, a black skirt, and your red jacket. And then as directors, yay, we get gorgeous suits. And we get them every year. We're about to get our new suit, which is fun. So it's just neat. Now, I will tell you, you know, some of you have those gorgeous legs. Woo, go ahead. But when you tipped over, no one wants to see your behind. I'm just going to tell you. We have a man in here. He's like, I do. No. But just, you know, you got to be, you know, and I don't have this problem, but cover the girls. Like, cover, for the guys that are on, you don't have this problem. But, you know, you want to cover the girls. You want to look good. You know, you just want to be presentable. Just think about how would you dress if you went to work at your meeting. I will tell you, when it comes to shoes, I'm not all into that closed-toe shoe thing. Just look professional, you know. And no one really wears high heels except for me, except for now, because my doctor said I couldn't because I hurt my back. But you know what? Just have on a nice shoe, a nice heel, a cute flat. Just look presentable. That's really what I'm talking about. I don't think flip-flops are appropriate. You know, they kind of don't fit in a business atmosphere. So kind of think of it that way. Now, outside of Mary Kay, I'm going to tell you guys, when my kids were in sports, I was cute. I was cute at that basketball game. I may be in some, you know, sweats, but I looked cute in my sweats because you never know who you're going to run into. Or you're running to Walmart and then you see like someone that you would love to be your customer and you're like, I can't talk to her. So, you know what? Have that outfit. Like I have my cute Walmart outfit or Target or whatever I'm shopping. I'm not saying to be dressed up all the time. I'm just saying that, you know, you can find the cutest little t-shirt and the cutest little even jogging pants that you feel comfortable that you can speak to someone with. Your handbag. You want to have a nice handbag. Now, I know so many of you, oh my gosh, Demetrius, girl, that girl's designer down. I buy my bag at Target. I just always have. I don't know. You know, my daughter has all designer bags, but I just like a cute little pink bag for $24.99. But whatever is for you, just make sure it's a nice, neat bag, because when you're pulling out your business card, they're looking at your bag. You know, what are you pulling out? And please, don't pull out a pen that you've chewed up all day and hand it to someone to write their name and number down. Or your business card is all crumbled up because you don't have a cute little case to put it in. Just be mindful of these little things that make it easy. You know, I'm the worst. Like, I have so much stuff in my bag all the time. But let's try. Some other things that I'm just going to talk about is no smoking at an event. Please go to a designated smoking place. You know, if you do smoke cigarettes, the next one says no alcohol. I will tell you that just be careful. Like, I'm not going to say to you that you can't have mimosa makeovers. I'm not going to say that. But I am going to tell you that drinking doesn't help. If you have parties and people are drinking too much, they get too rowdy and you end up not being able to have a great party. But if you have margaritas and makeovers, one margarita, something like that, it's fine. I do want to remind you, when you travel with Mary Kay, know that everyone's looking at you. Just, you know how to act when you're out presenting yourself. It talks about smiling. Yay! Always smile, which you love that. And I will tell you, at the majority of Mary Kay events, we do not allow children. So, and the reason for that, and those of you that know me, I love children. Like, my goal is to open up a daycare right next door. We're going to kick out the acting studio. But I would love to have a daycare so that moms could be able to get facials and come to training for free. But it's just too distracting when we have our classes to have children here. It's way distracting. Now, you may have a party where it's okay to have children. Like for me, you know, I was with my son at Target today, and this baby was crying, and we get in the car, and he's like, did you hear that baby? And I'm like, I didn't even hear that baby. Like, I'm desensitized to children, really. It doesn't bother me. And so when I have my parties, I could care less if kids are running under me, over me, anywhere. If it's my own private party, I don't care at all. And there are times at my studio that we may have someone to sit, and we have a TV, and we have children there. But be mindful when you go to a Mary Kay event about bringing children, you know, under the age of 9. You know, if your daughter's dressed up and she wants to come get a facial, that's a totally different story. Okay, let's see. How are we doing with time? So it's 6 o'clock. So we're getting there. I got 30 more minutes. Yeah, we're doing good. We are doing good. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk to you about is something that's really important. Majority of you, you're just starting your business. You're just getting started. So I want to talk to you about something called Power Start. Power Start. Power. Okay, so Power Start. Remember, if you have been in Mary Kay for a while and you're just, you know, taking boot camp again, when you started, we all said you really should find 30 or 50 people with skin. Now, obviously, all people have skin, right? But what we're doing is we're saying to you that if you were getting married, or if your daughter was getting married, or your grandbaby was getting married, and you were going to have a wedding, you would probably be writing a list of who you would invite to that wedding. So I want you to sit down and write that list out again. Because I promise you that in some way, probably your friends and family are going to support you. Maybe they'll have a party. Maybe they'll give you a referral. Maybe they'll take a sample. Maybe they will listen to a call or something. But you have to make a list of them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, I have this contest, and it's called the Power Start. Now, I want to tell you guys, every time I have a big goal, I do a Power Start over and over and over again. It's 30 faces in 30 days. And it is going to bring you the results that you want. It's really how we meet new people, how we do new things. It's kind of the benchmark. So let's say you want to do Mary Kay full time, then your goal is to hit 30 faces in a month. If you're part-time, maybe it's 15 faces. It really all depends on where you want to be. But I will tell you that this does work. The average person typically will buy $100. $100. I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. But if you're brand new and you truly work on hitting your 30 faces, and honestly, what I did when I had the same piece of paper when I started almost 17 years ago. I just went to my friends. My friend was here today, one of my old consultants. I said, look, I have to do this because I get to win a prize. So can you please let me borrow your face? Borrow your face. And we sat down and we just kind of squirted the stuff. And I said, put this on, take it off, wash your face. How's it feel? Good, yay. And guess what? She says, I think I can get 5 friends for you. And we can do this again. And I was like, yay. So then guess what happened? She bought 5 friends to my next event. And then guess what happened? Those 5 friends said, I probably have 2 or 3 friends. Yay! And then all of a sudden, I was done my 30 faces. So I'm not saying that you have to book all 30 people. Start out with 5. And then from there, you're going to get bookings from there. Now, the Power Start, and I am going to upload this so you'll get the same paper if you don't already have it. But I give you the script at the bottom. Exactly. What do you say? How do you say it? It's all there. Like whatever you want to know. I'm so lucky. Ah! But it's all there. So this is your second homework. Your second homework is to just write down your friends that you have that have skin. Give me at least 30. Give me at least 30. And I want you to cover those 30 with myself or Demetrius or your director if you're kind of listening in. Because even if you've been in this business for, I don't know, believe it or not, today, I forgot about a friend. 17 years, I forgot about a friend. And I called her. And guess what? This was yesterday, Wednesday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my whole team is rocking. I can't have them beat me. I got to have my own recruits. And so I called her. She got on the call. And she's starting her Mary Kay business. I didn't call her in 17 years. How crazy is that? But anyway, the second thing I want to talk to you about is something called the Pearls of Sharing. And we love them. And the Pearls of Sharing is, and we are repeating them again this month. Even if you've been in the business for 17 years, if you have not earned your pearls, you can earn them this month. But I want you to get 3 women or men in front of me or in front of Demetrius. Then I want you to get 3 additional women or men in front of me or in front of Demetrius. This month, I am going to tell you, if you can get 6 people in front of your director, the probability of you having a recruit is very high. I mean, the numbers are typically 5 to 1. 5 to 1. Now, I'm going to tell you that I also give you the script at the bottom. Woo-woo! Now, if you're saying, Antoinette, I'm in Louisiana or I'm in Florida, or I just have a new team member in Florida, but a different part of Florida. I have a group in Naples, and now I'm going to have a group near Orlando. What I'm going to tell you is that every Wednesday night I do a marketing call, and you can have them listed on. Or just work with your director. She will do a one-on-one Zoom call, anything to help you. But these are the things that you want to work on. And again, when I want to move up in my business, what do? I focus on getting 6 new people that I'm interviewing to help me move my business forward. Okay, so Pearls of Sharing, Power Start. These are all the things at the beginning. I'm also going to send you a cute little form that you can write all their names and numbers in. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so now, dun, 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 this is one of my favorite forms. So when I send this to you, I want you to read this over and over and over again. It is all about plan your work, work your plan. Plan your work, work your plan. Here's the deal. We're all busy. We really are. Some of us may have some other things going on versus others, but we're all busy. And for those of you that don't know me, when I started my business, I literally worked 60, 70 hours a week. I honestly traveled probably 10 to 15 days out of the month. I had a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 6-year-old. I better be careful what I say, but I have someone in here. I had a husband. I'm not even going to say what that is. A fabulous husband. But still, it was a lot. I had my kids in every sport since they could walk. They were kicking a soccer ball and playing softball and competitive cheerleading. And then they went to private school where we had no buses. So my husband and I tried to carpool. We were busy. But I am going to tell you that probably, you get to choose some of the time that you have. You get to choose what you're doing with your time. And I'm going to tell you that if you don't plan your time, then someone else will plan it for you. If you don't write down what you're going to do, someone else will do it. Did you ever think about what you used to do when you had children and now you don't. Like my kids are all in college now. And so what did I do at that time? Or when you were studying, or when you worked 3 jobs. We have some women on our team who have worked 3 jobs to make things happen, or worked 2 jobs and went to college and did something else at night. I want you to think about it. How did you do that? You did it because you planned it. You planned it. So I want to tell you, this is such a key to your business. It's a key. It's a weekly plan sheet. Now, I will tell you guys, I use the old Franklin Planner as my weekly plan sheet. I am going to post this for you to look at. I don't care what you use, but you need to be able to see your week all in one place. So it can't be like a daily calendar thing. It can't be like just the monthly thing. You need to see the week, and you need to see the hours in your week. Now, today with technology, you can do it all online. I don't care how you do it. I like writing it out because I like using different colors and circling things and, all that kind of fun stuff. But here's the thing. You have to plan it out. And when I say plan it out, I mean when I wanted to be a director, I planned out, when did I wake up in the morning? Getting ready in the morning. When was my quiet time that I may, have my quiet time, my spiritual time? When did you take a bath? When did you clean? I never cleaned. When did you cook? I never cooked. But for you, when did you want to do that? But I actually did plan everything out. And what I really want you to do, again, this is another homework. So here's your third thing. The first thing you're going to do is your affirmations. The second thing, you're going to give the list of 30 friends that you know. And this is your third thing for homework, is I want you to take this weekly plan sheet, and I want you to fill in things that you cannot change. So if you take the kids to school in the morning, you can't change that. If you pick up the kids, you can't change that. If you work from 9 to 5, you can't change that. But you may get a 30-minute lunch. You can do something during lunch. You can change someone like myself when you watch The Voice. Or some of you know, yesterday, Beyonce, woo-woo, she released on Netflix. I'm sorry, I work my own business. I changed that weekly sheet. I did nothing until after I saw Beyonce on Netflix. But it was my choice. I had a weekly plan sheet. It had to change. So I want you to think of it that way. I want you to just kind of look at it and write down things you can't change. When do you go to church? When do you cook? Mary Lou, I just love her. If you don't know my senior, I will have her here as a special guest. But she is so amazing because she says, Antoinette, everyone can cook a healthy meal. It takes 1 hour to cook a healthy meal. And I go, oh, Mary Lou. Josie's laughing. I'm like, what? But you know what? It's so funny because my son, my 19-year-old son, God love him. He's so amazing. And, I can't cook, y'all. And his daddy wasn't home, and he's eating healthy. So he cooks for me, almost every day. And it takes him less than an hour. And it's a healthy meal, super healthy. So believe me, there are things we could do with your weekly plan sheet to help you or to help each other. Sometimes people say, Antoinette, I'm a single mom. I have this, I have that. I have all this stuff going on. And you know what I'm going to tell you? Recruit another single mom. Because then you guys can share in some of the tasks and some of the things that you need to do. But I am going to tell you that you are going to have to squeeze out some time. You're going to have to squeeze out some time. You know what? It doesn't have to be a lot. It can be maybe 5 hours a week. Or if you want to be a director, if you want to win a car, if you want to make a certain income, it may be 10 to 15 hours a week. But when you begin to write it down, you're going to find that you spend a lot of time on things like the TV, like The Voice. I love music shows. That's what relaxes myself. And it's really the time that I spend with my son. Or maybe sports. But you know what? There are things you could do before 9 o'clock, and there's things you could do after 9 o'clock. And then I found out that there were things that I really didn't need to do to make things happen. So I am going to include with this paperwork, I love this. How do you get everything done in Mary Kay in 10 hours? 10 hours a week. How do you get it done? And I'm going to include all of this. And I will tell you that honestly, you could be doing, let's just say, skincare classes, pampering sessions. That would take you maybe 2 hours. 2 hours to do that. And maybe you're doing 2 or 3 of those a week. How about doing phone calls where you're calling and talking to some people? Team building is what we call it. So maybe that's at half an hour, because that's 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. Absolutely, I will tell you, in the beginning of your career, it's so important that you go to training. It's so important that you go to training. Now, we are providing training for you on Thursday nights through YouTube, but that's still going to training. But in the beginning of my career, I will tell you, even though I traveled, I never missed training. I never missed training. If I was in another place and I would go in LA. I would find a director in LA and I would go to that meeting, or I would make up a meeting. Now, if you just can't go, then tune in to all the training that Mary Kay has. We have MK University online, that if you can't make it to training, then you can self-train yourself. Just act like you're at the meeting, and then you can do that. Now, I will tell you what's important about going to a meeting. What's important about going to a meeting is you're with your girlfriends. They're not here yet, but they're coming. You know what? You're going to learn so much more from fellow consultants than you are ever going to learn from your director. It's a feeling of knowing that you're not alone, that they have the same fears that you have, the same struggles, and then you want to know what are the different things that they're doing that you can do. There's so many things you can do. Being present is a big difference. And I talk about this because today we can watch, you can really watch church online. You can. But why do we go to the house? Why do we go there? Because it's a community. It's being together. So I will tell you, we are building remote training centers all over the country, and we're working on getting everyone together. But we're also working on where we can see you and you can see us. Now, we're still working on that. We're just getting this broadcast thing together here. But I'm so grateful where we are today. But we can do that. Phone calls, maybe an hour and a half of phone calls, but it's not a solid hour and a half. Like I said, it may be you take a 15-minute break at work, you're making a phone call. You are taking lunch, you're making a phone call. You are right before you go in the house, after work, before the kids hit you in the face, you make a phone call. You just kind of figure it out. I will tell you, since I was so busy, Sunday evenings, I made my calls. If I couldn't get anything done, I asked my husband, I need just an hour, and I taped a piece of paper on my door. Don't bother me unless you're bleeding for the kids. But an hour and on a Sunday evening to book and to coach and to pull things together. I promise you that Demetrius and myself and your director can help you figure out a time to kind of squeeze it in. And then let's talk about just being grateful and thankful, and sometimes thanking your consultants or thanking. So I am going to send you a whole list. Come on in, Cindy. I'm going to send you a whole list, a whole breakdown of, how you can do this and how you can spend your time. And I'm going to work with you. And Demetrius is going to work with you. Come on in, Cindy, have a seat. She's looking like she's crazy. You won't be in the picture. She sits in. But we're going to work with you on this because your time is so valuable. It really is. And I want to tell you, any goal that you have to spend time. And you heard me talk about Beyonce. And if you're not a Beyonce fan, that's okay. But I would love for you to watch a little bit of her documentary, because I know my son says, Mom, she's a billionaire, her and her husband, they're billionaires. It's easy for her. It was not easy for her. It is not easy. I don't care if you're a billionaire. When you have twins and then you are putting on a production that she put on, she had to take time away from other things. I'm going to close with this. She also struggled. Even though she's a billionaire, she struggled with spending time with her kids and spending time with her husband and spending time with her business. I want you all to know that we all struggle with that. We really do. And we're here to help you and help you with your business and make it happen. But I will tell you that I am an example of working really hard, not forever, for a short amount of time. I worked really hard with my full-time job for a year and building my Mary Kay business. But I will tell you, my life would have been completely different if my son would have had narcolepsy at the age of 14 and couldn't walk and couldn't talk and couldn't do anything, and I had to think about a job. Because I worked so hard in the beginning of my career, and I had beautiful consultants and directors and support, that I was able to take 4 years off. I literally did nothing but come to a meeting and maybe support a little bit here or there, but I didn't work for 4 full years because I started with a weekly plan sheet and I really dug in and worked my business. So I want to tell you that you can do it. You can do it. I know I've given you a lot of things, and today it's really more about the head stuff. It's about having a positive attitude. It's about your affirmations. It's about gathering the people that you know to get started. It's about figuring out your time. And I know this is week 1, step 1, but it's so important. It's so important. And I just cannot wait. I'm going to tell you, I can't wait for you to shine. I can't wait to see where you'll be by just putting a couple of these things into action. So stay tuned on the YouTube channel. I don't know how to post things on that yet, but I will post everything on our Facebook page so that you'll have it, or I'll figure out how you're going to have it. But my time is up. I think I'm doing good. Yay, it's 6:27. So stay tuned for next week. We will be starting week 2 of boot camp. Thank you for spending time with me. You know, I just love it, love it, love it. And happy Easter, everyone. Have an awesome week. See ya. Yay.